Yeah, I'm a lineman from Illinois. Climb for Kids was started by my friend Jason Novak a couple years ago. This was our third time, and last year in March, my daughter was diagnosed with terminal brain cancer and was a St. Jude patient. They helped out tremendously with us and everything we needed at the time, whether it was doctors, nurses, psychologists, child life specialists, social workers, you name it. There's a person at St. Jude that is a phone call away. No matter what it is, you could get a hold of somebody. Hey, I'm looking to do this. I'm looking to go here. I need this. I need this soon. Okay, we got you. It happened to us many times, and we just are trying to pay back. We lost our daughter almost a year ago here in a couple weeks, so we're just trying to live her, trying to do honor for her, I think, and pay back to so many people that helped us out.
When I first heard your story, Paul, it just you're you're a normal human being, a normal family, just like all of us out there, rocked by something out of the blue, out of nowhere, and that really can just like happen to any of us. And so it's important to like get behind things like this because this can happen to anybody and it directly like impacts this community. It's you're just a brother. Like your families could be the family that we spend time with, we work with, we like so like it's just such a great thing to get behind. If you're going to get behind anything, and you're in this industry, this is a thing to do. Like this is the one. This is the
Yeah,
one you get behind. So yeah,
this is the one, man.
yeah,
I think there was a stigma about college and the trades or working. You know, the world needs ditch diggers too.
yeah,
Everybody's heard that saying.
yeah,
But you know what, man? Those ditch diggers are making big money with a big retirement, healthcare. You know, ditch diggers is a good thing.
yeah,
It shouldn't be a negative thing to think of that. So I talked to a couple of people today about, you know, college versus trades and what they're looking for in maybe a new apprentice or something like that. And like I was texting you that the same word came up. These weren't all IBW guys. I reached out to some other trades, and I was laughing when they told me this because it was something I sent you a couple months ago about what we should talk about. The word came up every time was attitude. It's like, man, your attitude towards everything in life can get you far. A long time ago, I was working somewhere, and a big boss came out and says, I need three things from you guys. I need safety, quality, and production. If you do something safe with a quality job, the production will be there. That kind of stuck with me. Like, oh, if you do those things in order, you know, which it doesn't matter if you're with utility or a contractor, like you have to have all those things to be successful. So I called up the one of the head trainers at our company. I'm like, hey, what do you look for in an apprentice that you interview? And they said, you know, teamwork number one. If you're doing a pre, I know you guys do pre-apprentice stuff. If you're not willing to work on a team, communicate, be selfish. If you don't be selfish. Works good as a team. Doing the right thing when other people are when people aren't looking. Like integrity. You have integrity. That's a big thing. I think all your listeners that are wanting to get in the trade, if you can do some of those things, have a positive attitude towards, hey, I didn't get this job, maybe I'll get the next one. Not, oh man, I'm done after that. You know,
yeah.
stay with it, keep going. I think these traits in any industry, any trade will help, especially in our trade that we know about. Because if you have an apprentice come in and he's got a bad attitude, oh, I didn't get the service area I wanted, you know, it's a good chance he's not gonna make it, or he's not gonna work safe when he gets out there. But just make the best out of every situation. I've been in the worst situation anybody can be in. I'm trying to make the best of it. I'm trying to turn things around. It's easy to go in a dark hole, but let's look positive. Let's try to do some good. I think that could, in my experience of life, I think I can tell that to other people to make them try to do good.
You see a lot of it in all people, but you see a lot of it in these new people into the industry. They don't want to make mistakes. And if they make mistakes, they're scared because they think they're going to get fired or let go or like on a crap crew. But like sometimes that might be the thing that you need to eat, but be accountable for that. Like, hey, I smashed the mirror off the truck, trying to load a pole by myself. I'm going to take accountability. Don't just try to pass that off to the next guy or blame it on somebody else or go, I don't know, truck was in the yard. I don't know. What happened. Like, own up to that. Take accountability for that. That goes miles further than just trying to pass it off, because you're really not fooling anybody most of the time.
Number one thing, CDL. Get that out of the way. When you're getting in front of that interview, have your ducks in a row. Oh, you need to be this, this, and this. All right, I have 3 of the 4 done. You're going to be ahead of that guy who goes, well, I'm thinking about getting my CDL in a couple of weeks. I just got to take the test and that. Get that CDL. If you want to be in pretty much 80% of the trades, I think that CDL is a must. Even if you don't use it, you have it, and maybe it's time to get rid of somebody and you have a CDL and they don't, they're going to keep you to utilize you in another job that you might not do. I think work history they look at. Is this guy not working? Is he traveling, trying to find a job, maybe not his hometown? Is he working for another contractor and maybe he just wants to switch positions? Is he a laborer now? Maybe he wants to be an operator. Is he a groundman? Does he want to be a lineman? Is he a helper for a plumber and wants to be a pipe fitter? I think any entry level, don't demean yourself with an entry level job. You're not going to be a journeyman right away. You're not going to be a foreman right away or a GF. If you can be a groundman, if you can run a suck truck, if you can get into the industry anyway and show a hard work ethic, they're going to find a spot for you. They're going to want you.
You can take your safety home with you. And I was like, okay, explain. He's like, I brought a 2-year-old back to life today after this 2-year-old drowned in a pool. He's like, he was at a neighbor's house or it was a friend's house or something like that. 2-year-old got into the pool, drowned completely, was gone. Bryce brought him back, brought him out of the pool, CPR, brought this 2-year-old back to life. 2-year-old is still alive today because of that scenario. And it's like these things that, how many times have you gone to a first aid course or a CPR course and your feet are up on the desk or your feet are up on the table and you're on your phone and you're like, this sucks. We're getting paid a half day for this, whatever the scenario is. Like, how many times did you actually pay attention and get into learning about what it was and do it for that reason? Because you just don't know, like maybe you're in a situation like Bryce where you're off duty and something happens and you can save somebody's life. Adapting to that and understanding that, hey, this hard thing sucks in the moment, but 2 days from now, I'm not going to be doing this hard thing. And it's this too shall pass. And I just want to offer that advice. And I don't know if you've got anything to add to this, but like offer that advice to those kids listening or even the adults listening. You could be well into your 30s and still haven't done a hard thing in your whole life. That it's good to do hard things and put yourself in the situation of being uncomfortable. Like we could even be just talking about public speaking here, but the more you put yourself in that situation, the more you're going to build resilience and understanding of what that feels like and be able to overcome that. So I don't know if you got anything to add to that, but especially for advice for these young guys.
If you're a young person looking for a career, this might be the best and most recession-proof job you can get. We just had a meeting with one of our new vice presidents. He was going over what's going on with our company. And he talked about MISO, which is like the middle of the country transmission projects. They just got not Ameren, but MISO, the whole Midwest, from like Iowa to Indiana, up and down north and thing. They just got approved to do $10 billion worth of transmission work. And they're looking in the next, I think he said 6 months, another $30 billion released. So there's going to be a need for linemen forever.
Global recession, global pandemic. This industry is one of the best industries that you could be in for like having a job, keeping a job, making a good living, providing for your family, providing for your future, saving for retirement, all of the above. This industry can provide that.